I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends, and if you are a Muslim, invite your 4 wives and 60 kids. And today our topic is very, very serious. You know, Muhammadan, they remind me of Muhammad. When they lie, they forget what they said yesterday. If you remember, there's a verse in the Quran saying, any of our verses do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten, we will make something better or similar. But this idiot Zaker Naik, he always bring mockery into Islam. And today we are going to show you how Zaker Naik, he refute. What the heck with this English? Now the Muslim, they will make a response for refute. They will say, Christian Prince, he said refute. Where we can find refute in our reference? There's no refute. So Zaker Naik is going to refute Zaker Naik. You know, today I wanted to see what I will talk about today, and then a video, because if you remember, last time we went live, I mentioned that Zaker Naik, he said that the moonlight is reflected light. I don't know if you remember. All right. The Quran mentioned the light of the moon is reflected light 1400 years ago. And today, when I open my computer, Zaker Naik suggests to me to watch Zaker Naik. So I said to myself, what is that? And I found this. It says, now is Allah the NOUR of the universe, of the heaven and the earth. So Zaker Naik in the previous video, he said the word NOUR means reflected light, borrowed light. What Zaker Naik will say about this one? Let us see first, to refresh your memory, about what Zaker Naik he says in the previous video.
Previously, the scientists, they thought that the light of the moon was its own light. But Quran says in Surah Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 61, blessed is he, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has made the constellations in the sky and placed therein sun, that is a lamp, having its own light, and moon, having borrowed light. The Arabic word used for the sun in the Quran, it is shams. And its light is always described as siraj, wahaj, or diya, which means a torch having a light of its own, or a blazing lamp, or a shining glory. Always the light of the sun is described as wahaj.
By the way, none of those words saying or mean that it has its own light. That's false. None. It's just describing how strong the lighting is. Anyway, The guy don't even speak Arabic, but he want to teach people what the word mean. But anyway, continue.
Siraj or diya, meaning a light of its own.
Ah.
The Arabic word for moon is qamar, and its light is described as munir or nur, meaning borrowed light or a reflected light. There is not a single place in the Quran where the light of the moon is described as its own light. And the Arabic word for star is najam, and its light is described as saqib, meaning the light, by the time it reaches the earth, it loses its brightness, like a piercing brightness. Bright light, by the time it reaches, it consumes itself. And this message, that the sun has its own light, describing as Wahaj, Siraj or Diya, and the moon having borrowed light, that is Munir, or reflection of Nur, is mentioned in several places in the Quran, including Surah Yunus, chapter number 10, verse number 5, as well as Surah Nuh, chapter number 71, verse number 15 and 16.
So now it's confirmed that the word Nur mean reflected light. Be my witness, Muslims. This is the same potato. He make a video and look at the title. Now is Allah the Nur of the heaven and the earth?
My questions with Dr. Zaker Naik. You said that.
I mean, can you believe the stupidity level? How you just said that the word Nur is a reflected light, and now you are making a video saying Allah is the Nur of the heaven and the earth. How he can be the Nur of the heaven and the earth if the word Nur mean reflected light and mean borrow light? So Allah himself, he borrow light, therefore he cannot be the light. Tell us how Allah is the Nur.
Allah reflects light, and he's made a Nur.
A little kid get him busted. Is Allah is a reflected light? He is a Nur. Hey kid, who sent you?
I didn't really understand that.
The brother posed the question, he didn't understand my explanation.
The what the heck? I mean, you explained it very well, but you forgot he did that in the previous video. He made it so clear that the word Nur all over the Quran come as a borrow light. And now the kid, he is maybe 7, 8 years old, saying to him, is Allah reflected light? What?
Nur, and he's made a Nur. I didn't really understand. Allah reflects light, and he's made a Nur. I didn't really understand that.
The brother posed the question, he didn't understand my explanation.
Please repeat.
To the counter argument of William Campbell regarding Nur and Allah. The Quran says in Surah Nur, chapter 24, verse number 35, that Allah is Nur samawati wal ard, is the light of the heavens and the earth. He is a light. The meaning of light in the Quran, it is reflected light or borrowed light. So he's asking, does it mean that even Allah has got borrowed light? So the answer is giving further. If you read in the verse, it says that it's like a parable of a niche. In the niche, there is a lamp.
Hold on. How it's a parable of a niche, you stupid? If you said he is Nur, you see how they lie. Look, just to show you, you know, I mean, the low class, the trashy. He tried to save his ass from the embarrassment. Read with me. He didn't say the parable. The parable come after. And you find in the Quran all over. Chapter 5, verse 15. Chapter 9, verse number 32. Chapter 24, verse number 35. And this is the one he is quoting. but all over it says he is NOUR. The parable come after. He said he is the light, he is the NOUR of the heaven and the earth. And the parable, the example of his light is the following. So either you have to admit that you are a donkey when you say the word NOUR mean reflected light, trying to make out of a mistake in the Quran as a miracle 1400 years ago, or the word NOUR, as you said, it means reflected light, and Allah is reflected light. And if we read after, you will see it says Allah is the NOUR of the heaven and earth. And then it says the parable of his NOUR is the following. But you will notice even that is not his light, because here we have a lamp, we have a fuel, we have etc. So this cannot be your light. You see, if I have a lamp, that lamp is not the light of the lamp. No, it's not. It's what is burning in the lamp if we are using oil. If we are using electricity, this is the light of the resistance of the electricity. This is not the lamp itself giving light. Otherwise, without electricity, this lamp can give nothing. And the electricity have to have a generator to make the current run. And then we have a kind of a resistance. We use some material which is, when high resistance go through it, that cause a shiny light. So in either way, the NOUR he used, and he confirmed in the previous video that the word NOUR appear all over the Quran. All over the Quran. And always come as a word mean borrow light. Now when a little kid, he is 8 years old, he said to him, I don't understand how you say that NOUR is a borrowed light, yet Allah himself is a NOUR. You see, he is not saying his NOUR is likeness, he said he is NOUR. And that is all over the Quran. As you see, I'm showing you tons of verses. You see, not only here. Chapter 6:18. They want to distinguish the NOUR of Allah. They want to distinguish the NOUR of Allah. The word here is NOUR. And the funny here, you will see in the translation saying, by blowing with their mouths. Do you see it? So the NOUR of Allah is not even a NOUR. It's just a fire. And this is why in the previous verse, Allah himself supposedly explained to us his NOUR, that it is a burning light in a niche. No fire is touching it, for it is the fire by itself. Which means you do not need to light it up. It is lighted up already. So he made a stupid mistake, and now he is trying to cover it up. And this is why we are laughing. Now those who want to make videos, you can make a short video about this topic alone, and we are done with this one. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to call us? Do we have any Muhammadan would like to call us? You see, the Quran is full of miracles. I mean, who can deny that? A lot of miracles. Nobody can deny. The earth, there are 7 earths as an example. Let us see the 7 earths. If you ask any Muhammadan, where are they, those 7 earths? 7 skies and 7 earths. If you remember, the Muslim, they try to make the atmosphere 7 levels. What didn't work with them, you know. If you read the Quran, the word 7 appear many times. You know, Muhammad always, he's stuck with number 7. He heard in the Bible the word 7. So we're like, okay, you know what? We keep repeating it. So all of those you see in yellow, those is the word 7. 7. All right? So Allah, He created in chapter 65, verse number 12, 7 skies and 7 earths. 7 skies and 7 earths. Who is a Muslim can tell us what is the 7 earths are? Do we have any Muhammad that would like to join us? You know what? Let me see. 7 heavens is not earth. Mansoor, it's in front of you, Mansoor. Mansoor is a blind man, like he's a prophet. He don't read what in his book. And actually, it looked like he never knew what his book is saying. So look what Mansoor is saying. Thank you, Mansoor, for your smart opinion. You must be the smartest in the family. This is the answer of Mansoor. 7 heaven is not earths. You need to read opinion of the Muslim scholars. It's in the front of you, Mansoor. It says, He created 7 skies and from the earth similar number. Do you see it? Mansoor, do you see it? And of the earth similar number. Do you see the word number? So there are 7 skies and there is 7 earths. So don't tell me you bring a scholar. I am the scholar. Why you don't let your scholar call me so we can scholar together? Everybody scholar, everybody. I mean, in Islam, who is a scholar? You have to be an idiot, ignorant, and that they will call you scholar. You grow a beard. You tell them eat 7 ajwa and eat nagla seed, and then call them and ask them about salamander. He will say to you, salamander is the enemy of Allah, and he tried to blow fire of Abraham. You are a scholar. Where we can find the 7 earths, and what is 7 earths? Remember, He created 7 skies. 7 skies. Anyone? You know what? What about we go and see what the scholars they say about the 7 earths? Who is a Muslim would like to join us and tell us what the scholar says about this? Just read for me what the scholar said. Huh? What the scholar said. Any Muslim can help us? Just call us and read it. I'm not going to make you solve like a Disneyland cartoon problem. Just tell us what is the 7 earth according to your prophet and your religion. What do you say? Only Muhammadan? Nobody? Let us see. I mean, who can explain things better than Muhammad? What do you think, guys? I think Muhammad is the most capable person to explain things. Let us see. Hold on. I will see if I can find reference in English. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe this one is not in English. Okay, let us see what else. We have somebody trying to contact me. Don't call me if you are not a Muslim. Call me, I'm a Muslim. Okay, we found a fish. Let us see. Well, Quinn. He's not answering. Answer, Abdul. He is not answering. Let us call him again. If you are a Muslim, you'd like to join us, please feel free. We know, that Muslims are very smart and they knew how to answer anything, any question. And this is why we are asking you to join us live on air, so you can explain things for us. Only super smart people believe in Islam. Only. You will not find the stupid ones believe in Islam. No way. It's mission impossible. This guy is not answering. If I call you one more time, you don't answer, I will block you. Hello? Yeah, you are calling me. You said you are a Muslim, aren't you? Hello? Hello? Why you hang up? I mean, this guy, he said, call me, I'm a Muslim. I call him, he hang up. What the heck? Why you hang up? Weird people, man. Look at this. Call me, I'm a Muslim. You call the guy, he hang up. Let me call him again. What's wrong with people? No, he's not answering. Look like he is very smart. Okay, forget it. No need for a drama. You don't want to answer, you don't want to talk. So why you text me, you said I'm a Muslim, call me? What this drama is about? What the heck with people? You were excited a second ago, a second after, you are not. What you decide, you said to yourself, this guy is going to make me shish kebab, so you decide not to call. That's not nice of you, my friend. Be the man. Who is a Muhammadan can tell us what are they, the 7 earths? Yeah, he left Islam before we started the argument. Any Muslim can tell us what is the 7 earths? Are they above us or underneath of us? Any Muhammadan knows. If you don't like to talk about the 7 earths, we can talk about the 7 skies. If you ask me, I prefer to talk about 7-Eleven. Do you remember the cartoon of the 7 midgets? Muhammad is stuck with 7. Jesus mentioned the word 7 in the Bible, Muhammad copied it. He just mentioned to him something, he will copy it, he's stuck with it. Seven earth, 7 sky, 7 verse, 72 version, and even 72 is taken from the Bible. Do we have any Muhammadan? Somebody says I'm from Japan. How you know? I mean, you cannot hide your ID these days. You know, I will tell you a secret. You know, I used to be the emperor of Japan for 3 years, and then I made a mistake. You know, when you are the emperor, you cannot marry someone she is not from your level. You know, so I married the emperor of China. She was a female at that time, but because she is an emperor from China, she is not in my level. You know, Japanese are very racist. So they fire me from Japan, and then I became the emperor of China. This is why I changed my name, like to Chong Li. You know, everybody there, his name is Li. Anyway, so I mean, I have my brother Li, and you know, even the wife I married her name is Li. So I said to Li, what do you think should do, Li? She said, Lou. She started speaking French because, you know, in French you add Lou in the front. This is coming from the China. Lou, you should get out of here, because if you Li stay here, you know, this is Lou and Li. If you stay here, the Japanese will come after you and they will like kill you. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to leave I'm not going to be the emperor of China. I decided to go to the seventh heaven, which is located in Somalia. In Somalia, I opened a pirate company. You know, I became the emperor of pirates. Business is so good. We hijack, you know, ships, free, like, you know, anything, like you just name it. We got a free rice, a free zucchini, free, you know, even kimchi from Korea, we got it for free. And then, brother, all of those, by the way, are true stories. Then one day we went to do piracy with my men. I have a big army of pirate. You know, they are like 3 people. So I took my army, 3 people, and we went to attack a ship. But then the waves and the storm came, and then the storm threw us in an island. And then when we are there in the beach, we saw a woman. She is covered by hair. I asked her, what's your name? I was afraid she would say to me, I'm Li, which means my previous wife from China following me, you know, because I ran away from there. And maybe she is like growing hair, so I will not notice her. She said, no, my name is Jassasa. The second I heard the word Jassasa, I remember Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I said to myself, you used to deny what the Prophet said, and now here we go. Jassasa is right in the front of you. So I told the Jassasa, what do you want? She said, either you convert to Islam now, or I will do something very harmful for you. I said, what? She said, I will make you do ablution the same as the Prophet used to do. I said, no, please. She said, no. You have to jump in water, have dead dogs and women blood from period and stinky garbage. Which one you do? You convert to Islam, or you jump with water, have dead dogs and women blood from period and stinky garbage? I said, you know what? I mean, garbage and stinky garbage and dogs and etc. is way better than converting to Islam. Okay, take me there. She was shocked, like, you know, what the heck? He preferred to jump like the Prophet with stinky water and garbage and dead dogs, better than converting to Islam. Now she changed it. She said, okay, you know what? I just received a fax from Jibreel. No, we will not do that to you. You have to drink camel urine. Otherwise, you have to convert to Islam. I said, what the heck? You know what? I will drink camel urine, but I will not convert to Islam. I mean, all kinds of torture. You can imagine, you know, Islamic torture. She said, okay, you know what? I just received another fax, so we will not give you camel urine. You have to eat 7 ajwa and then drink poison. Prophet Muhammad, he said, if you eat 7 ajwa and you drink poison, nothing will happen to you. I said, no problem. I will eat 7 ajwa and I will drink poison, but I will not convert to Islam. She said, no, hold on. I just received a fax. Look like all those things will not work with you. I will marry you to 4 women and you will have 4 mother-in-law. I said, please, I will convert to Islam. I will say Shahada right now. No 4 women and no 4 mother-in-law, please. Please, just, you know, like, and then like she was, like, finally we were able to convert him to Islam. You know, I was really like, what the heck, 4 women and 4 mother-in-law? what? No, convert to Islam is better. And then, you know, like I was naive, I did not know what would happen. So I convert to Islam, and they said to me, now because you're a Muslim, you have to marry 4 women. I said, but I convert because I will not avoid, you know, avoid the torture of 4 wives and mother-in-law. They said, no, the Prophet says, my religion is the religion of ifin. So if you don't do ifin, you are not a Muslim. So anyway, I said to them, okay, if you all, and I decide to take a bicycle and I fly, you know, and nobody, you know, excuse my language. And then I went to a country far away in New Zealand. New Zealand, the reason they call it a New Zealand, because they receive news from Prophet Muhammad about what? About there's a guy, his name is a Christian prince, is coming to you. And this is why they call it a New Zealand. You know, I was like the newest news coming to them. Before that, they never receive news. I went to New Zealand. And then when I landed in the beach of New Zealand, in the middle of the desert, in Kuala Lumpur, you know, I found like a lot of people waiting for me. They said to me, are you a Christian prince? I said, yeah. They said, okay, you know what, we have a scientist, his name is Darwin, and he is trying to make a study to see what is the origin of monkeys. I said, what does have to do with me? They said to me, aren't you relative to Prophet Muhammad? I said, no. They said, aren't you from the Middle East? I said, yes. They said, aren't you an Arab? I said, yeah. They said, so you are a relative. So they captured me and they took me to the guy. His name is Darwin, peace be upon him. You know, like they put me in a cage and he started making a study. He wrote, start writing down. Middle Eastern, they have a lot of fur. You know, I said, this is not fur, you either, this is hair. We don't have fur. Hello? You know? Anyway, he's just idiot, you know, he don't listen to you. And then he says, Middle Eastern, they use their hands when they eat, which is true. I could not deny that, you know. I said, okay, that makes sense, we do, you know. And he's trying to find out like a similarity between us and monkeys, you know. Anyway, so like, for sure this is a true story. What's wrong with you people? I mean, are you saying that you don't believe it? If there is anyone here, he have a doubt for a second that my story is not true,